Wait. If this video reached you right now and you clicked on this, there is something very important for you. How many of you people you would have written an ideal money number whereby you want to achieve that goal, like say for example 5 crore or 10 crore rupees, and after achieving that goal you would have felt that kind of happiness, but with time that happiness to get prolonged would have been very difficult, right? Hi, this is Anirudh Bellare here. Welcome to the 40th video of Your Best Financial Life series. In today's video, you will be knowing why, even though if your salary increases 10 times, why it is difficult for you to sustain that happiness over a long period of time, even though your money has increased. Very interesting concept, right? Let's move on to the first and most important point from the economics textbook. Not only textbook, the concept of economics, which is called hedonic adaptation. Now, what is this hedonic adaptation? Now see, this word hedonic adaptation also comes with a disclaimer. The higher the income, I stands for income, the peace decreases. Now see, you might disagree with me according to what I have told, but understand the concept is, if a person is earning 30,000 rupees per month and is able to sustain his lifestyle, and after 5 years that 30,000, say for example, becomes 3 lakh rupees, then you know what will happen? That particular person will go in something called a lifestyle inflation. Now what is this lifestyle inflation? Now lifestyle inflation, I'm denoting it with LI, whereby that 3 lakh rupees, you keep spending it and you keep getting into the debt trap, because of which your salary has increased and you feel like buying luxurious items. And see, anything you buy in excess will obviously be a harm for you. So you need to understand this concept of hedonic adaptation tells us, the more your income, if you know how to manage your income, then your peace will also be at par. But if you don't know, that's where the problem arises. That is why using efficient money management techniques become very, very crucial and important. Let's move on to the second most important point. Your second point is your yesterday's luxury. Now what do I mean by yesterday's luxury? Say luxury with time has become a normal good. Now what do I mean by luxury has become a normal good? Now what is the meaning of this word good? Say for example, you bought a very costly backpack, or you can say a bag which is worth 1 lakh rupees. Now this is a luxurious item, right? Costed you 1 lakh rupees. The moment you bought it, you would have felt extremely elated and happy. But with time, if you notice, just give yourself 6 months and see the same 1 lakh rupee bag, the same feeling of when you bought it and the feeling after 6 months. When you buy and the feeling after 6 months, M stands for 6 months, that feeling will slowly start to decrease. Why? Because in human psychology, whenever you buy something or do something for the first time, your dopamine in the brain increases, because of which you feel a sense of satisfaction, and with time it automatically decreases. And this is what is called law of diminishing marginal utility. If you would have heard this term in economics, see, law of diminishing marginal utility. This is nothing but when you buy any good or any item, with time the utility value of it in your brain slowly starts to decrease. See, pardon me if my explanation is wrong, but the context I hope you're trying to understand, that with time that dopamine in your brain will eventually start to decrease from the item you bought it on the first day. Let's move on to the third point. See, the next point is called The chase for something will never get away. Now, what is this chase? Chase never gets away. Say right now you bought this particular iPhone 17 Pro Max or whatever. I'm just giving an example. You bought this phone at whatever price. As I mentioned, when you buy it, you will feel extremely happy. Now, what happens is once you get that iPhone, you feel that no, you need an upgradation of your clothing, an upgradation of your blazer, of your shoes, of your personality in the way of dressing sense. And that is where the concept of chase is a never gets away. Now, what is this chase? Now, when I told you the concept of hedonic, right? The same thing over here is called hedonic treadmill. Now, obviously, you all must be going to a gym. If not, what do you mean by this word treadmill? Treadmill is something whereby you run on that equipment and you keep running, and it's eventually it will help you. I mean, it will help your human body to do that running exercise on that equipment. If you have been to a gym, you will understand this concept. Try imagining the same thing for your finances, that once you bought that luxurious phone, you will obviously want to change your dressing sense and everything around you. And this will eventually start becoming not a trap. See, this concept you can use if you are extremely rich, or if you're in the upper middle class family. If money is not a problem in your life, then you may use it. It's not going to be that much of a problem. But for those who are in the middle class category or just reaching the upper middle class, for you finances become very important. This is what starts happening, which is called your hedonic treadmill. Now, to make sure you don't fall in the trap of the treadmill, you need to be happy with whatever you get, my friend, because as I mentioned in the previous point, the moment you buy any good or a service, I mean good or an item, after 4-5 months, that happiness or excitement of that will eventually fade away. That is why if your salary is say 40,000 and if it even becomes 4 lakh or whatever, that expectation of that salary in your bank account to fulfill your needs will eventually rise, because of which you'll feel like buying many other things. You may do buy, I don't have any problem. It's good if you buy, but you need to know how to balance your finances, which becomes a crucial point. So let's move on to the next point. See, the next point is nothing but beyond comfort and value, money stops adding meaning. Now, what do I mean by this? Money stops adding meaning. Curious, right? Because as a personal finance person on on YouTube, when I keep talking about finances being very important, now what do I mean by this term? Money stops adding meaning. See, understand, moment you have that luxurious car or whatever car you wanted for yourself, that particular house, your children well settled, in spite of you earning that 30 lakhs or 40 lakhs per year or say month or whatever, money will still not add that much of value the way it used to add value in your past when you did not have anything. Why? Because this concept comes from this term. The name is Easterlin Paradox. Sorry for this cut if you saw in the video. Easterlin Paradox. Now, what is the meaning of this Easterlin Paradox? See, this is also an economics concept whereby a person had written down in one of his famous books. I don't recall the book's name, but he had written this concept of Easterlin Paradox. whereby after an equilibrium point, after all your wants, needs, everything is satisfied, your family is taken care of, your house is well settled, you have everything. Now that money for you will not be as important as it was in the past. The same concept I told, right? And what becomes important then is your purpose. Why and what will motivate you to get up in the morning and work for whatever you do? Because now once money is sorted, you very well know that you will work for your purpose. Or if there is any more which you need to achieve in your life, maybe say donation or charity, this is one option. Or by the other unfulfilled things which you want to do. See, the whole point of this video is to not tell you that there are 4 or 5 economics terms which you have to remember. I very well know you won't relate that much, but if you are able to relate to this concept, becomes very important, because for every human, he or she will go through this feeling that moment you get something, you buy something, you will feel elated. That is very happy in the start, but with time that emotion slowly starts fading away. And that's where you need to understand that even the smallest of things should give you happiness, which is a very rare quality I observe in humans. If at all you always practice this and make gratitude an art of life for yourself, you will be one of the most happiest persons despite your financial condition. Because always remember, it's the human smile which always changes the personality of the human being. And also the finances, which gives the confidence in that person to take whatever risk he wants in life. If you really like this video till the end, you can do share it to a lot of friends of yours. And I do believe that this video has given you value whereby you can take back all this knowledge and use it for your best financial life. Thank you so much once again.